Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Podcast Every Day. I'm Alex.
And I'm Sarah. We are so thrilled you're joining us today.
It's always a pleasure to have you tune in. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our episodes.
Yes, absolutely. And for our returning listeners, it's great to have you back. We've got a really thought-provoking topic lined up today.
Indeed, today we're going to be talking all about rethinking what you do every day. It sounds simple, but it's actually quite profound.
Oh, it's more than profound, Alex. It's about finding new perspectives on the ordinary, discovering hidden opportunities, and maybe even a little bit of self-discovery.
Exactly, so get ready to challenge your routines and look at your daily life with fresh eyes. We've got some great insights and practical tips coming your way.
Let's dive in.
All right, so today we're diving into rethinking what you do every day. It's not just about productivity, but about intentional living and how that can supercharge your English learning.
Exactly. You know, Alex, so often we get stuck in a rut. We do things on autopilot without really thinking about why or if there's a better way. And that applies to everything, including how we approach learning English.
That's a fantastic point, Sarah. Stuck in a rut is a great idiom to start with. It means being in a fixed, unstimulating routine or way of life, like when you always take the same route to work even if there's a faster, more scenic option.
Yes, and for English learners, it could be always using the same flashcard app or only watching the same TV show. Nothing wrong with those things, but are you maximizing your exposure and learning potential?
Precisely, so rethinking what you do every day encourages us to shake things up. This phrase, to shake things up, means to make significant changes to a situation in order to make it more interesting, exciting, or effective.
I love that. For me, shaking things up with my morning routine meant swapping my usual coffee for a green tea and a 5-minute meditation. It sounds small, but it totally changed my energy for the day. For English, maybe it's finding a new podcast or trying to chat with a native speaker for 5 minutes.
That's a perfect example. And when we talk about rethinking, we're not just looking for big, dramatic changes. Sometimes it's about making marginal gains. This concept, popularized by sports, refers to making small, incremental improvements in every area that add up to a significant overall advantage.
Oh, I love marginal gains. Like if you're trying to improve your English pronunciation, instead of trying to fix everything at once, maybe you focus on one specific sound for a week. Or you commit to learning just 3 new vocabulary words every day. Over time, that's huge.
Absolutely, it's about being intentional and consistently making those tiny improvements. It really helps you stay motivated and see progress.
And finally, when you rethink your day, you're looking for ways to optimize your efforts. To optimize means to make the best or most effective use of a situation, opportunity, or resource. For English, it's about finding the most efficient ways to learn.
Exactly. Instead of just passively consuming English, how can you actively engage? Can you turn your commute into a listening practice session? Can you optimize your lunch break by reading an English article? It's about being smart with your time.
So to recap these great phrases, stuck in a rut, shake things up, marginal gains, and optimize. Keep these in mind as we explore how to apply them to your daily life and, of course, your English learning journey. All right, everyone, now let's hear a real conversation. Listen closely for those key phrases we just learned. Here's a chat between Michael and Nicole about their wellness goals.
Hey Nicole, you look really energized today. What's your secret?
Oh, hey, Michael. Thanks. I've been trying to shake things up a bit with my morning routine. For a while, I felt like I was really stuck in a rut.
Stuck in a rut, I know that feeling. What did you change?
Well, instead of hitting snooze 5 times and then rushing, I decided to optimize my wake up. I set my alarm 30 minutes earlier, but I actually get up on the first ring.
30 minutes earlier. Wow, I don't know if I can do that. I love my sleep.
It was hard at first, but it's worth it. I use that extra time for a quick stretch and to plan my day. It's all about marginal gains, small changes that add up.
Marginal gains, yes. My friend told me about that. Like instead of saying, I need to exercise for 1 hour, you say, I will do 10 push-ups every morning.
Exactly, and it's not just about exercise. I'm trying to optimize my work breaks too. Instead of just scrolling on my phone, I'll read a chapter of a book or listen to an educational podcast.
That's smart. I definitely get stuck in a rut with my lunch break. Always the same sandwich, always the same news app.
You should try shaking things up. Maybe bring a different type of lunch or go for a short walk outside. Even a small change can make a big difference in how you feel.
I will try. I need to optimize my energy levels. Sometimes in the afternoon, I feel so tired.
That's exactly why I started. It's about being more intentional with your time and energy. Think about what small, marginal gains you can make throughout your day.
Okay, so first, I need to recognize when I am stuck in a rut. Then, I can shake things up with small changes like marginal gains to optimize my day.
You got it. It's a process, but it's really rewarding. Good luck.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm going to try shaking things up starting tomorrow.
All right, everyone, welcome back. That was a great conversation between Michael and Nicole. Now let's break it down and unpack some of the fantastic language they used.
I loved how Nicole immediately used shake things up and stuck in a rut right at the beginning. It really showed she understood the concepts we discussed.
Yes, and her explanation of optimize was perfect when she talked about setting her alarm earlier to optimize her wake-up. It's about making that process more efficient.
And Michael's initial reaction, 30 minutes earlier, wow, I don't know if I can do that. I love my sleep, felt so relatable. It highlights how challenging it can be to break old habits.
Absolutely, but then Nicole introduced marginal gains beautifully, explaining it as small changes that add up. This is a great example of B2 level conversation, where they're not just using the vocabulary but also explaining and elaborating on it.
And Michael picked up on it quickly, giving a practical example. Instead of saying, I need to exercise for 1 hour, you say, I will do 10 push-ups every morning. That's a perfect illustration of how to apply the concept.
What's interesting is how Michael initially used stuck in a rut to describe his morning, but then later applied it to his lunch break. I definitely get stuck in a rut with my lunch break. Always the same sandwich, always the same news app. This shows a deeper understanding and ability to apply the phrase in different contexts.
Yes, and Nicole's encouragement. Even a small change can make a big difference in how you feel, is a lovely way to motivate someone. It's less about perfection and more about progress.
Towards the end, Michael summarizes the key phrases. Okay, so first I need to recognize when I am stuck in a rut. Then I can shake things up with small changes like marginal gains to optimize my day. This kind of summary is fantastic for reinforcing new vocabulary.
It shows he's not just repeating, but truly integrating the language. A B1 learner might struggle to string all those concepts together so smoothly.
Exactly, and notice how Nicole used "it's a process," a very natural, common phrase to acknowledge that change doesn't happen overnight. It's great for managing expectations.
So, listeners, think about Michael's journey in that conversation. He started a bit skeptical but ended up with a clear plan, using all the new vocabulary. That's what we want for you. Now let's look at another really important side of this topic. Beyond personal discipline, how do our surroundings and relationships influence our healthy habits?
That's a fantastic point, Sarah. It's not always just about individual willpower, is it? Our environment plays a huge role. And by environment, I mean not just physical space, but also the people around us.
Exactly. We often talk about peer pressure, which just usually has a negative connotation, right? Like being pressured by friends to do something bad. But there's also positive peer pressure or social contagion, where good habits spread among a group.
That's a great term, social contagion. It means the spread of ideas, attitudes, or behaviors from person to person within a group. Think about it. If your friends start exercising or learning a new skill, you're more likely to join in.
Totally. For English learners, if you have a study group or friends who are also dedicated to practicing, that social contagion can be incredibly motivating. You're all accountable to each other.
Accountable, that's a key word here. To be accountable means to be responsible for your actions and to be expected to explain them. When you're accountable to someone else, it adds an extra layer of motivation.
Exactly. It's like You don't want to let your study partner down, so you make sure you do your English homework. Another concept related to this is designing your environment. This means structuring your surroundings to make good choices easier and bad choices harder.
Designing your environment is so powerful. For example, if you want to read more English books, leave one on your bedside table instead of your phone. Or if you want to practice speaking, join an English speaking club, placing yourself in an environment where it's the norm.
Yes, and avoid common mistakes. Don't say, I need to make myself accountable. That's often used incorrectly. It's usually I need to be accountable or I need to hold myself accountable. The first one sounds like you're creating the concept of accountability, not just applying it.
Good clarification. Also, when talking about social contagion, make sure to use it for behaviors or ideas, not physical illness. While the word contagion is used for diseases, social contagion specifically refers to the spread of social phenomena.
Right, so to recap our new phrases, social contagion, accountable, and designing your environment. Think about how these can help you rethink your daily routines and boost your English learning.
All right, everyone, let's hear another real-world example. This time, we have Adam and Sky discussing their fitness journeys. Listen out for those new phrases we just covered.
Hey Sky, you've been looking really fit lately. What's your secret?
Oh, hey, Adam. Thanks. I've been trying to design my environment to support my fitness goals. It's made a huge difference.
Design your environment? What does that mean exactly?
Well, for example, I used to keep snacks and junk food in my pantry. Now, I've cleared all that out and only stock healthy options. Also, I lay out my workout clothes the night before, so I have no excuse not to go to the gym.
That's smart. I always tell myself I'll work out, but then I just don't. Maybe my environment isn't helping.
Exactly. And another thing that's really helped is social contagion. My roommate started doing a morning run challenge, and seeing her get up every day motivated me to join in.
Social contagion, like good habits spreading. I like that idea. My friends mostly just encourage me to eat pizza and watch movies.
Haha, I know that feeling. But finding a group or even just one person with similar goals can be really powerful. We're also accountable to each other.
Accountable, so you have to report to someone.
Not exactly report, but we check in with each other. If I say I'm going to run 3 times this week, I know she'll ask me about it. It makes me more likely to follow through because I don't want to let her down.
That makes sense. I've tried to hold myself accountable before, but it's easy to just forget or make excuses.
Exactly, having someone else keeps you honest. It's like a positive social contagion effect, but with an accountability partner.
So to get fit, I should design my environment by getting rid of junk food and find some friends or a group to create social contagion and be accountable to.
That's a great start. You'll be surprised how much easier it is when your surroundings and your social circle support your goals.
I'm going to try it. Maybe I'll start by looking for a running club. Thanks, Sky.
No problem. Let me know how it goes.
Great conversation. Now let's break it down and compare B1 and B2 level language.
That was a really natural exchange between Adam and Sky. Sky immediately set the tone by using "design my environment" in her first response, showing a solid grasp of the concept.
Yes, and Adam's follow-up, design your environment. What does that mean exactly? Was a classic B1 level question. It's direct, clear, and shows he needs a bit more explanation to fully understand the new idiom.
Precisely, Sky's explanation was excellent as well, giving concrete examples. I've cleared all that out and only stock healthy options. And I lay out my workout clothes the night before. This is how a B2 speaker elaborates and clarifies.
I loved Adam's honesty. I always tell myself I'll work out, but then I just don't. That's a very common, natural way to express a struggle, and the ellipsis, don't, shows hesitation, which is great for natural speech.
And then Sky introduced social contagion. Adam's response, social contagion, like good habits spreading, is another B1 level check for understanding. He's trying to paraphrase the new term to confirm its meaning.
His line, my friends mostly just encourage me to eat pizza and watch movies, is a humorous and relatable B1 sentence. It's grammatically correct, but a B2 speaker might use a more complex structure or a more nuanced idiom.
Good point. And when Sky explained accountable, Adam's question, so you have to report to someone, again shows a B1 learner trying to simplify a new concept into a more familiar one. Sky's correction, not exactly report, but we check in with each other, is a perfect example of a B2 speaker using more precise language.
And her phrase, I don't want to let her down, is a fantastic, natural B2 idiom. It shows empathy and the emotional impact of accountability, going beyond a literal translation.
Adam's summary at the end. So to get fit, I should design my environment by getting rid of junk food and find some friends or a group to create social contagion and be accountable to, is a great B1 attempt to synthesize the information. He's putting it all together, even if the phrasing be accountable to is a little clunky compared to a B2 speaker saying hold each other accountable.
Exactly. It shows he's understood the core ideas, which is the most important thing for a B1 learner. And Sky's encouraging response, you'll be surprised how much easier it is when your surroundings and your social circle support your goals, is a wonderful B2 level way to offer encouragement and reinforce the concepts.
All right, everyone, let's do a quick recap of everything we covered in today's episode.
We started by talking about rethinking what you do every day and how easy it is to get stuck in a rut.
Then we learned how to shake things up by making marginal gains and how to optimize our daily routines, just like Michael and Nicole discussed in their conversation about wellness goals.
Absolutely. And we also explored the power of our environment and social influence, introducing concepts like social contagion and being accountable to others.
Sky and Adam's chat about fitness really highlighted how designing your environment and leveraging social contagion can help achieve those goals.
We also looked at the differences between B1 and B2 English learners, showing how vocabulary is integrated and explained in more complex ways as you progress.
So whether you're rethinking your daily life or your English learning journey, remember these powerful phrases and concepts. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode.
It's been such a fascinating discussion, and we hope it's given you some fresh ideas for rethinking your daily routines and, of course, your English learning.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Your support means the world to us.
If you enjoyed this episode, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and leave a comment below with your thoughts or any topics you'd like us to cover.
Keep practicing, keep exploring, and keep challenging yourselves. That's how real progress is made.
Until next time, happy learning, and we'll talk to you soon.